So when you get into sourcing data for this class, it's gonna be very important for you to understand what type of data will work for this. So what I'm going to tell you to do is you can definitely use my example data, which I'll try to put up somewhere for you. Or what I would highly encourage you to do is go search for your own data set. And one place that you can do that is this place called data.world, but there's a lot of other places that you can go and get data. But this is a good one. They have a lot of different sources of data sets that you can go grab. So this right here, this is just, I look for crops because I'm using a agriculture based data set to use. They got crop production in Tajikistan. They've got crop vulnerability. You got all sorts of different data sets, and these generally have some sort of location data tagged to the data set. So let me actually show you this right here. And this is actually just an Excel spreadsheet. This is when you download this data, you're probably going to want either a CSV format or you're going to want a Excel format, which then you can easily turn into a CSV. So when I download this data set, what I did was, for testing purposes and for the the purpose of not using too much gas inside the the Esri portal, if you're using like software as a service, right? If you have credits for your company's account, what you're going to want to do is just use a small data set to test out things, and when you actually get into visualizing the big data sets, that's when you can really pull the trigger on that stuff. But when we're looking through this, we can see we've got some locations, these are countries, and we have some crop types, and we have like a couple different other date related data points in here, which means that we can do some like time filtering, and we can show like when those crops were like planted and when they were harvested. So that's really good. But when we display things out on a map, we're going to want to look for our lat longs. These are going to be our coordinates right here, and this is going to be a good data set to use, right? So once I've looked at this data and I've said, okay, this is a good data set to use because it has time, locations, it has the coordinates in there. It's a pretty rich data set with a lot of columns that I can manipulate a bunch of different ways. This is going to be a good data set for us to start doing some things inside ArcGIS Insights to try and pull some more things out of it, because when you're looking at it right here, it's just not very pleasing. It actually kind of gets a little bit blurry if you just move it around, right? So you're going to need to make some sort of charts or some sort of visualizations inside of this to get it to work. So that's where we're gonna go with Insights. So yeah, definitely sign up, get an account on data.world, or just go and Google just geospatial data or spatial data and look for like a .gov source. Is probably going to be a good source for you, and try to get that and shop out some of the rows. What you're going to want to do is just go down and then just select all the rows and just right click and hit delete and just remove those. If you don't have Excel, you can use Google Sheets, which is free. Just download the file, upload it into Google Sheets. I'm not going to show how to do that here, but that's the other tool if you don't have Excel, and you should be good. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.